Shalom, shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakak Kwadash. And double honor to the apostles, elders, the great millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, brothers and sisters. But I'm Allah, and I'm back with another lesson. Defeat the sheep, say Yahweh, Yahushua. And Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. So, let's get into it. And I want to start off in the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, starting from the top. Because basically, Obadiah, they're just revealing, Esau's judgment, the so-called white man. Because, right, we are at the end of these devils' rulership. The prophets on the scene, because we're in the last days. We see the prophecies, coming to pass. This society is falling. But that's all, biblical at the end of the day. Because that's supposed to happen. So we ain't got much longer, man. So you Edomites, y'all just might as well enjoy it while y'all can. Because once it's over with, that's it, It's done. Ain't no going back. All right. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So right. And that's Esau right there. These so-called white people, starting out with these elites, they very prideful. Because, Job 9:24, the earth has been given into their hands, so they're in rulership. They can do whatever. But it's only for a certain amount of time, though. Because E's rulership is temporary. See, E think he gonna be ruling forever. Cause really, these elites, they think they the Most High, Because it says in the scriptures, I'm paraphrasing, the God of this world have blinded, basically the people. It's like I can't remember it all the way, but if you know what I'm talking about. It's talking about, Esau Edom, you know. These people look at Esau like he a god. Because, he can do all these miracles on the left hand side. Because the Lord allowed him to do that. But yeah, he's just real prideful at the end of the day. Thinking that, he not gonna be stopped. But that's where he wrong at. Because E wouldn't be nothing without the Lord. The Lord gave E everything. Because these motherfuckers was living in caves, eating each other and shit. They were, cavemen, shit like that. You see on the TV them cave monsters and stuff. Yeah, that was Esau. In Israel, really the one with the smarts, because you look at these inventions, it was Jake that was building all this stuff, like the traffic light, washing machines, all that, refrigerators, all that, and so on, Those were Jakes that was building that stuff. It was just Esau, he was just taking their credit, Because the whole nation of Edom is really base at the end of the day. They ain't what they really think they is. Because Esau, he built all these tall buildings and stuff. He got freaking satellites in space. Then they got a space force, So yeah, he doing a lot, But all that's gonna be done away with. All these statues, Mount Rushmore, all that's gonna be done away with, man. Cause that's E who put that stuff up. When he did all that washing the truth away, putting up lies. And then he defined the earth, he ain't giving the earth no rest. Putting out the GMO food, chemtrails in the air, contaminated water. At the end of the day, he just pushing wickedness. He's elites, at the end of the day. Pushing the wicked agendas out there to the public. Like with the LGBTQ shit, Same thing with the music, He pushing that, that murdering and stuff. He's just trying to keep our people in sin. That's why, he push, that pork a lot. Because as Hebrew Israelites, we're not supposed to be eating that. But, 2/3 of people, they going to continue to keep doing it. Because they've been blinded by the God of this world, which is Esau. All right, next verse. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So right, The Lord is going to bring Esau down, man, harshly, because he going to send Yahweh Shabbat to take these devils down, take them out of rulership. Basically, everybody who's in rulership, the Lord taking them down, especially, Edom. That's right. They're going to be brought low, whether they want to or not. They ain't going to have no choice, because it's, they ruling period is going to be up. And yeah, what's Esau's symbol? The eagle, right? So yeah. And then, the eagle is, the bald eagle, is the highest flying bird. So that's why Esau used that symbol. But he like to think of himself up high, above everybody else. Because, that's that pride. And also, I did some research. This is also the Egyptian symbol as well. But America is spiritual Egypt. So there's no coincidence there. It's the same symbol. It's the same thing, Egypt. So this is a modern Egypt. It's in Egypt that they represent bondage. So yeah, ain't nothing changed, Edomites still in rulership, still in bondage. But that's finna be done away with though, in the future. Cause we here to let you devils know that your rulership is almost up. You ain't finna keep, doing what you doing any much longer. You gonna do enough and then the Lord just gonna do away with you. All right. Verse 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? They're basically talking about Esau, he come to rob you, he gonna take you of everything. He ain't gonna leave you with nothing. That's what he doing in the country. He going into the countries, sending a military base and stuff. Basically, just taking over people's land. And they goods and stuff. He's stripping these folks of everything. That's what he doing when he going into the countries. Rape, robbery, murder. That's what, Esau's about. Look what he did to the Northern Kingdom. Gad. He broke every peace treaty with them. Gave them diseases, did all that rape, murder, stole their land, So, yeah. Esau been stealing his whole time in rulership. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So right. Basically talking about America's allies, As you can see with the BRICS, how that being set up. It just all set up for, Esau to be the target at the end of the day. Because the other countries, they're not rocking with America and what they got going. So you know what they're going to lead to? They're going to turn against America. That's all, part of prophecy. They shall hate the whore. According to Revelation 17, I believe it's verse 16. Right? They shall hate the whore and burn her with fire. Right? The other countries, all these countries you're seeing, America is in alliance with, they're going to turn against America and make war. Every country is going to be against America, man. Because this place is going to get brought down. And that's all going to be during World War III, too. Verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So, right. The Lord, he going to do away with, these Edomites, the whole nation, because they the cancer of the earth, man. So once they do their 1,000 years of slavery, that's it. They're going into them fires. They're going to perish. They're not going to exist no more. Esau, he still is acting violently towards us to this day. Because basically it's Jacob versus Esau, man. If you know the story, Jacob and Esau are brothers. But of course, to, so like I'm trying to think of it. It's not coming to mind right now. All right, so like brother says I'm back. So I found out what I was trying to, go into. So basically, the birthright. Esau sold his birthright, because he was hungry. He gave it to Jacob. And then he been mad, ever since, about that. So that's why he still got that hatred. But we were going to get it anyway. Because the elder shall serve the younger. And, E came out first. And we can get that. All right. Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red all over like in hairy garment. And they call his name Esau, So that was a so-called white, baby right there. Really, Esau isn't white. He's red. Because that would Edom mean red. Right, that's where you get that name Esau Edom from, Verse 26, and after that came his brother out and took his hand, Slakia. And after that, his brother, let me reread that. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. That's right, Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Right, there you go. You got Esau, you got Jacob. Esau being, so-called white. Jacob being, the Israelite, from the 12 tribes. But Jacob's name was later turned into Israel. So, right. And Jacob, is one of our, forefathers. So if you're not from that seed line, then you're not an Israelite. Basically, you a heathen. All right, so yeah, so that's where that hatred comes from. That's why he been violent to us all these years. All the hanging and stuff he did. Esau did, a number of stuff on us, He just did a whole lot. He mad about that birthright. But, see, all that violence he did towards us is going to come back on him. But now he going to have to pay up according to, let's get it. I'm going to grab it real quick. Book of Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And the saints being the Israelites. So yeah. Esau lives in captivity. I mean, he going into captivity. And they gonna serve us. He did all that bloodshed. Bloodshed gonna be done towards him. So that's what we patiently wait for. The judgment on Esau. Any other nations. Because they took part in helping, this devil bring us down. But mainly you Edomites, y'all the top enemy of the nation of Israel. Alright. So yeah, we just went into the judgment, of Esau. Here it is, these stupid Edomites got Bibles in their homes, not realizing, the whole book is not for them, Their judgment is written in the book. But see, they don't have the eyesight to see. That's when we given to the Israelites or the hopeful elect. All right, let's jump to, America's judgment. I'm just going to pull out a quick scripture and get straight to it. This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts. It shall leave them neither root nor branch. So yeah, the proud would be, these elites, Esau, Edom. And then the ones that do wickedly, the ones who follow after that, who was with Esau, Edom, they all gonna be stubble. They ass go perish when the missiles hit. Right, when the missiles hit, that's gonna be it. Ain't nothing gonna be left of this place. That's a judgment. What a top judgment that is for America. Because before that, the Lord gonna plague this place. You know, 2 Corinthians 15. Let me get a precept. Let me end it with this. 2 Corinthians 16:13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So right. So the arrows is a dart saying for the ICBM missiles. They're gonna be shot over here at this country. And they're not gonna miss. Meaning they're gonna hit its target, which is Babylon the Great, America. And also the Lord's Spirit gonna be in those missiles. The Lord gonna be guiding those missiles. It's gonna be a perfect judgment, A ton of them gonna be hitting their place. So while that lit getting beamed up, Lord when I'm part of that number, the missile gonna be coming down, destroying stuff. And then once that happens, that's gonna be it. That's the end of this country. Matter of fact, let me grab something else real quick. Second Corinthians 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So yeah, and this basically going into rulership. So basically Esau in rulership right now, but his rulership coming to an end. And after his rulership is ended, that's when our rulership began. And it's going to be forever. It's going to be permanent. See, Esau got a temporary rulership. So yeah, that's what it's referring to. It's not talking about the whole earth exploding. It's not true. So yeah, man, hey, you devils, y'all just enjoy it while y'all can, because it's coming to an end real soon. And ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Just as I speak, y'all country is falling to this day. And then it's going to be completely done away with when the missiles hit it. So yeah, man, that's the end of it. Lord willing, you were edified. Don't give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. And show unto the elect. And Lord willing, back within the lesson. Keep the faith. Shalom.